Okay, everybody. While everyone's distracted by the Epstein files, while we're all focused on Trump's chaos, there's something that I want to talk about, and I don't want you to take your eyes off of this, no matter how many distractions they throw at us. The real power players are behind the curtain. Peter Thiel, Stephen Miller, and Russell Vought. Peter Thiel is the billionaire financier making this machine possible. He's quietly pumping millions into GOP races while his company, like Palantir, power the surveillance tech used by ICE. He avoids headlines, but pulls the strings with his money. Stephen Miller, now Trump's deputy chief of staff for policy, is the architect behind almost every executive order this year, especially the ones targeting immigrants and consolidating power inside the White House. Russell Vought, the brains behind Project 2025, is now Trump's budget director. He's gutting federal agencies, stripping job protections from civil servants, and replacing them with political loyalists. Literally rewriting how the U.S. government functions. Their end goal? To build an authoritarian government run by billionaires, driven by Christian nationalism, and enforced through surveillance, loyalty, and fear. One that outlives Trump. One that can't be easily undone. Together, these three are the real power structure. Thiel funds it, Miller scripts it, Vought locks it in like a vault. This isn't just about Trump's term, it's about creating a permanent machine. Focus on the puppet masters, not just the puppet. Keep your eyes on these three, because even if Trump's gone, their agenda keeps marching on. And unless we hold these men accountable, it won't stop.
Trump administration officials are now in a position to release the Epstein files. Does any of that, in your view, have anything to do with President Joe Biden? Why do we think President Joe Biden or President Barack Obama's names are being invoked? Because Donald Trump is running scared. And the Trump administration is running scared. What are they hiding from the American people? Release the files so that the American people can make a decision on their own. This has nothing to do with a Democratic-led conspiracy theory. And the facts and the chronology make that clear.
$9 billion worth of crap that it was in our federal funding that is now being rescinded. This is a good thing for the American people.
One program in the $9 billion worth of crap that she's talking about is a program that saved millions of kids, and I know because I was one of them. Congress just voted to defund UNICEF. It's the United Nations Children's Fund, which is a historic global aid group that was founded after World War II, dedicated solely to helping vulnerable children. I was born in Bosnia, in what is now Bosnia, former Yugoslavia, and I lived there with my parents. I was an only child, and the war broke out when I turned 4 and was raging for about 4 or 5 years after that. Growing up there was a horrific experience, especially as a child when you don't really know what's going on. You hear the bombs, the artillery shells, the machine gun fire that are terrifying. And, I remember seeing the faces of my parents trying to figure out what the hell they were going to do with this little kid in a war zone. You can't escape that kind of situation. And oftentimes they would bring home with them food provided by UNICEF. And I at the time I had no idea what UNICEF was. I just remember seeing its blue logo of a mother and child stamped on these sacks of flour that they would bring into our bomb shelter every day. And every time I saw that, I knew that it was a good thing. We could eat finally. I think that UNICEF has done a lot of good around the world, not just for me, but for millions of other kids.
I think every American agrees the government spends way too much money on things that don't matter.
And covering this in Congress right now is kind of absurd to me because, I'm not getting any good answers as to why these cuts are being done other than some kind of contrived talking points about so-called transgender operas and sex workers in Haiti, things that have nothing to do with the mission of UNICEF.
Fraud, waste, and abuse. We've been targeting that every area. This was directed to wasteful spending in the previous State Department.
And UNICEF was warned even before this House vote cutting this funding that it would directly lead to suffering and death. If it continues, this is only the first year of the Trump administration. If they continue withholding this kind of funding, I think it's going to be deadly. We've already seen the negative effects of winding down USAID funding. This is kind of a double body blow for vulnerable people worldwide.
It's an example of how this story's simply not going anywhere. The manosphere, if you will, the MAGA supporting podcasters and the like, I've still very much latched on.
He is rebuking the base, almost like spitting in their face. They are asking for it. He campaigned on it. He puts Bongino and Cash in there, which might be the stupidest thing in the history of the world. Why would you put the two guys that have nonstop pounded the pavement talking about how we're going to expose this Epstein thing, and the second they get in there, you better shut the up.
Yeah, to shut him up.
Go on Rogan, lie. It is a very peculiar thing. It worked in that I think it moved any of the smoke off of Trump. Because at least for me, I was like, there's no way that he's involved if he's putting Bongino and Cash in who have campaigned on exposing it. Why would you hire those guys or appoint those guys, right? So I'm like, he can't be. But the fact that he will not touch this, and then this last week, him doing the distractions,
bro,
dropping the MLK file. Who asked for the MLK file? The second he started talking about Obama, I was like, oh, he's guilty.
Yeah.
Also, why are you talking about Obama and treason? You got a guy who has sex with teenagers that you are protecting.
The Epstein stuff is so crazy because when Kash Patel was on here and he was like, there's nothing. And I was like, what are you talking?
Yeah.
I didn't even know what to say. My thought was, and people are like, why didn't you push back more? My thought was I'm just going to put this out there and let the internet do its work because there's nothing I can. The guy's saying there's no tapes, there's no video. That doesn't make any sense. Everyone knows it doesn't make any sense. The whole thing was nuts. And then he's like, well, we have a film. We're going to release that film. And the film has a minute missing from it.
Yeah.
Do you think we're babies? What is this?
You don't think Trump is a good president. No. Do you see him as a bad president who's wrong about a lot of things, or as an existential threat to democracy in this country?
I would go well beyond bad president. There are presidents who you disagree with and presidents you agree with. This is, I think, categorically different. We have not had a president, left, right, or center, who has tried to destroy companies, universities, and broadcasters who criticize his government. There's been rough and tumble politics all through U.S. history. But that is not just different, it's different in a way that offends every fiber of American civic values, left, right, and center. We have had disagreements over court rulings, but never had an administration that has been so ready to just say no when a court says you have to do this. That is threatening at a different and much deeper level than the regular kind of push-pull of the separation of powers between the executive and the courts. We have a president who really is attempting to become an autocrat and in some ways has succeeded.
Has succeeded.
He has succeeded in changing the conduct of private actors, universities, companies, broadcasters. That is as big a part or bigger of what autocracy looks like, that self-editing that he's causing to happen, than kind of direct government control. So yes, in some ways he's succeeded. Now, whether that holds or whether that changes, that's up to the rest of us, especially because he's doing it in the service of a very unpopular agenda. Tax cuts for the rich, cuts to Medicaid and Social Security, empowerment of corporations that are already too powerful.
Trump is using American power in such a capricious, destructive, dumb way that it will almost certainly result in a lose-lose for everyone. The real economic story of the last 3 decades is that the United States has surged ahead of all its major competitors. In 2008, the US economy was about the same size as the Eurozone. By 2023, it was nearly twice that size. US average wages were about 20% greater than the average of the advanced industrial world in 1990. They are now around 40% higher. The average Japanese person was 50% richer than an American in 1995 in terms of GDP per capita. Today, an American is about 150% richer than a Japanese person. In fact, the poorest American state, Mississippi, has a higher per capita GDP than Britain or France or Japan. And yet, Donald Trump has been convinced that all these decades, as America has moved ahead, it is actually in steep decline. His worldview seems to have been set in the 1960s, when in his memory, America was a great manufacturing power. Another piece of that antique worldview is an overestimation of Moscow's power, which in his mind apparently remains a towering economic player on the world stage with whom he can do many important deals. Russia, bizarrely, has been excluded from any new tariffs. The reality of America as the dominant nation in the fastest growing and most critical spheres of the global economy today, technology and services, seems to mean nothing to him. Donald Trump's nostalgic worldview is rooted even further back than the 1960s. He looks fondly on the late 19th century, when, as he described this week, the US had only tariffs and no income tax, and America was way stronger economically than it has ever been compared to the rest of the world. This history is nonsense. In 1900, the US was around 16% of the global economy by one measure. It is now about 26% of it. American standards of living and health are much higher today. But in acting out on his nostalgic fantasy, Donald Trump might well end up dragging America back to what it was then, a poorer country dominated by oligarchs and corruption, content to swagger around in its backyard and bully its neighbors, but marginal to the great currents of global economics and politics.
It's time for the Trucker John live stream. Gonna be a good time. Oh yeah. The Trucker John live stream. Come along for a good time. It's a good time, good time, good time, good time. Trucker John live stream. Gonna be a good time. Gonna be the time of your life. Gonna talk some shit. Hush your mouth. Gonna talk a little smack. Gonna talk whatever comes of it. You're gonna always wanna come back. Well, yeah, it's the Trucker John live stream. He's the biggest, baddest, funniest mother you've ever seen. Watch your mouth, he's headed south. Not even sure what that means, but if it's one thing I know, the Trucker John live stream is the best thing you've ever seen.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've been waiting for. Trucker John.
All right. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's see. Can you guys hear me? Let's see. Is there any audio coming through? All right. Yes. Good morning. There is. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? I heard that. All right. It's 9:29 a.m. Pacific Time Zone. Beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. It's currently already 89 degrees. We're supposed to get a high of 109. Hitting a high of 109 today. Sorry, I was a little late. I got home. I got in late last night after I was working, and by the time I got home, it was really late. So I just was tired. But actually, I woke up on time. I mean, I woke up plenty of time, but I still hadn't made my intro and all that kind of stuff. So I was doing that. But I did see. Now I can't see it now because the chat has it's not at the very beginning. But I did see Jolie was first today, and Sandy number 2. And then I guess Paul Burrows. Now, Rick Rich says he's like number 2. 5:15 in Vegas. Is Johnny even awake yet? I was awake at 5:15. Well, let's see. 5:15 a.m. in Vegas. Oh, 5:15 a.m. in Vegas. I was actually asleep. Okay. But anyhow. Hopefully Nick is back. I don't know. Good to see Jolie in here, and Sandy and Paul Burrows and Nick and AM. There's Jolie. Thank you, Jolie, for being here. I appreciate you so much for being here, and I hope that hanging out with us, with your virtual friends, our YouTube chat friends. I feel like we are more than just that, and that we are more than that we are. It's like we're like real friends, and I hope that hanging out with us will help you maybe take your mind off some things, or just help you feel some camaraderie, and I hope we can just send a lot of love towards Jolie's way, you guys. Anyhow, guys, we got AM in here. Sandy Foltz, 007 Kevin Troll Slayer is here. Good to see 007. Thanks for being here, 007 Kevin. Roxanne Epstein says, howdy, TJ and Loungers. Howdy, Roxanne. Good to see you. Stephanie B2 is here. Good to see you. We got 19 watching, 21 thumbs ups. We are operating at a bit of a surplus, so that's good. That's good. But make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and share it if you would. There's Richard, the expat, watching from Australia at about 4 a.m. or so, I think. So good morning to you. Good morning to you. Roxanne Epstein is saying hi to Stephanie B2 and hoping that Stephanie heals up. Stephanie B2 says, I'm starting to walk without a walker a little bit. Little by little, Stephanie, little by little. You'll be out there cutting a rug before you know it. Ivy Joe Rains is here. Hey, Ivy Joe. Good to see you. Thanks for dropping on into the old driver's lounge. Richard says, Houston, we have a problem. Stephanie B2 says, I get the staples out tomorrow. I think about 30. Wow. That will be something. 72. John's already starting out behind in the chat. But yeah, I guess that's the nature of it. Yeah. By the time I get in here, you guys have already been chatting for half an hour or whatever. So, it's the way it goes. It's the way it goes. It's the way it is. It's just the way it is. Ivy Joe Raves, it's almost nap time for Ivy Joe. So Roxanne Epstein says, and Stephanie B2, ooh, wow, hon, all I can say is maybe don't watch, and I hope it goes easy for you about the removal of the staples. And then Stephanie says, yeah, Roxanne, I have no plans on watching that. I get queasy. Yeah, I would turn away. I would definitely turn away. My gaze. I'd be like, Roxanne Epstein says, Stephanie B2 makes me feel faint. I can't watch shots or anything. Not in an MRI. Tomorrow I have my first EEG. I think it's relatively easy. They put these things on your head and test your brain circuit. Yeah, that's not too bad. Yeah, just little sticky thing, So it's not too bad. Ivy Joe Rains says I have a new tiny that I am painting and remodeling by myself at night, so the coffee is no longer working. That sucks when coffee's not working. But that coffee is still hot. I just made it when as the intro was playing. Let's see. Roxanne says, Ivy, a nap will help. I used to be a night owl. Now I'm what my boyfriend says, the blue light special, and I'm done for the day. Paul Burrows, peace out. Gotta go look like I'm working. Well, Paul, you're probably back to work already. But just know I said thank you for being here. Thanks for coming in. Hopefully you'll come back. I don't know. Well, I don't know. Nick Rich, 9:15 in Vegas. So I am like 20 minutes behind, I guess. Sandy Foltz is number 2. Yeah, I saw that. I saw you in there, Sandy. Sammy Carter, 5:16 p.m. in London. Hello, Sammy Carter. Thanks for being here. All the way from across the pond. Checking in the old driver's lounge here and hanging out with us for a bit. Nick Rich is trying to keep John focused so he doesn't skip the best stuff. It wasn't that I wasn't focused. It was because I was having problems with the chat scrolling the way it was scrolling. Now, it seems like today it's not doing it. That's why it's weird how things change. And it's the same exact device. Now, I will say that the app that I'm using, it's called Prism. That's what I do the show from on my phone, and I use the Prism app. They're changing all their things, so now everything is. Thus far, I've been using it for a couple years now, I guess, and it's been all free. It's been free. Now they're changing their business model, I guess, to make where everything's going to cost money right now. So just as I was logging in or starting the show, I had it set up for the way I've been doing it for the last 2 years, and where I multi-stream to Facebook and Twitch and YouTube all at the same time. Now that is what I just learned. I just learned this on the spot here. Is in order to do that, I have to pay. I haven't even looked at how much it costs. I don't think it's very much. I don't know. I'll have to look at what it costs, but I didn't have time to do that because I was starting the show. But in order to multi-stream now, I'm going to have to get a pay account or something. But for the free account, I am able to do the one. So today we're only streaming to YouTube only because now it costs money to be able to multi-stream. And I don't know what else I've lost. I don't know what else. Let's see if we're still able to get guests. And by guests, I mean this guy. Yeah, this guy. I'm the guest. Okay, yeah, they haven't gotten rid of me yet. I'm still here. So put that in your pipe and smoke it. Yeah. I'm still here too, apparently. I'm free. I'm still free and easy. So, all right. So that's good to know that we're still here. Woof. I was worried for a minute there. All right. So those guys can still come in. That hasn't been taken away from us. They can't take away our cookie and our purple beard guy. I mean, come on. Anthony Reminiak is here. Hey, I haven't seen Anthony in a while. Thanks for popping on in, Anthony. I do appreciate you coming on in. I do appreciate you. Appreciate you. I'm Joe Raves. I'm back, but my signal's crappy. Well, that sucks. Nick Rich, 20 past the hour. I believe I am 28 minutes behind or something. I don't even know. I can't even add today, Nick. Nick, my brain is still not completely woke up. My brain ain't woke up completely, so I can't do any arithmetic or subtraction for that matter. Hey, James Jaramillo's here. Good to see you, James Jaramillo. Thought I was late. Just got back from a CT scan, so everyone's got stuff going on. It seems like Roxanne's got an EEG, and James got a CT scan, and Stephanie B2's getting the staples removed and all kinds of stuff. We are quite the bunch, aren't we? Quite the bunch. I'm just sitting here all old and hard to move. It hurts to move. AM says, we all know that it's Stephen Miller who's pulling the strings and the fool of the hill. Michelle's here. Hey, Michelle, good to see you. Good morning to you. Oh, good morning. Oh, good morning. Nick Rich, 9:30 a.m. in Vegas, fashionably late. Well, I did start before that. Well, I guess I did actually start before that. James, hear me? Audio good? That's good. I'm glad you guys can hear me. Hopefully you can still hear me. Nick Rich has been up since sunrise. I know he was in here at 5:15 a.m. Nick. Laura Lee's here. Hey, Laura Lee, good to see you. How about it? How about it? Aaron West here. Now we're at full mod capacity, from what I can tell. Gin Up the Bass is here. Let's see how Gin Up the Bass is going to come in. Usually comes in kind of hot. Let's see. Says, yes, yeah, I'm here. Not even late. I'm sure you won't. That won't stop TJ from attacking me with basic allegations. Well, I don't know how baseless they are. Julie says, yep, this is my YouTube fam. Being here with all these amazing people always makes things better. I'm glad you're here, Julie. Glad to have you here. And much love to you and the family and everything else. WW with a $1.11 super chat. Thank you, W. Let me time this right. Yippee! There you go. I shouted yippee. And I also gave you a thumbs up and a heart. Just so you know. Thank you so much, WW. I appreciate you getting us started here on the goal. Let's see here. I'm just skipping down. W says going to look for food. Okay, you go forage. You go forage. All I've had was just while the intro was playing, I made a couple pieces of toast. I had toast and I had some orange juice, and now I got coffee. Mr. Spock is here, so got to give you one of these. Live long and prosperous. Mr. Spock says, howdy, everybody, or everyone. Lynx woke me up at 3 a.m. meowing outside. Ooh, a lynx, an actual lynx. I let her in, really. Go back to bed, wake up at 6 a.m., then let her in again. She escapes out the dryer air vent. She can get out, but not in. That's funny. That's pretty funny. I think that's funny. Roxanne, I'm back. What I miss? Just me reading chats from a half an hour there, a half an hour behind you. Seeing everybody in here, talking to everybody. Mr. Spock says, "What would your escape motorcycle be in an apocalypse?" Oh, well, I'm not really a big motorcycle guy, so I probably won't give a very detailed answer. How about a Honda Goldwing? I don't know. I'm thinking I might take comfort over speed, like over like a Ninja or something, because I think probably still fast enough for me, a Goldwing. Seems like it's a nice, comfortable, cruisy ride, since I'm older. If I were younger, maybe I would go with a Ninja or something, just so I can, speed around really fast and stuff. But I don't know, Mr. Spock. I have a feeling you might know the perfect bike. I don't know. Roxanne Epstein, we're all falling apart. Yeah. Anthony Romaniak with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Yippee! Goes out to Anthony Romaniak. Thank you so much. Help support the show and keep us going here. I give you a thumbs up and I give you a heart. I just do that. That's how I roll, man. I don't know. I feel like I've got a little post-nasal drip. I don't know. What do they call it? Okay, my nose is a little runny, all right? But thanks, Anthony. Thank you so much. We're 2/5 of the way to the goal. To the goal. To the goal we go. Michelle, we're all getting stronger with knowledge. Yes, absolutely. James Jaramillo says BBS. I'm not sure what that means. I don't know what BBS means. Man, I got a little something in my throat. I got a little something there. I got a little there. Richard, 2:44 a.m. in Australia. Oh, wow. 2:44. It's even earlier than I thought. So either you haven't gone to bed yet, or you got up real early. Anthony Romaniak says, I bought a cup of coffee at Panera, and it was weak and an almond sweet roll that was like chewing into a rag. What a bummer, right? You're going to Panera Bread. You're thinking, hey, I'm going to get a nice pastry. I'm going to get a nice cup of coffee. And it turns out to be crap. What a letdown. You probably would have been better off, Joe, just going over to Dunkin' Donuts. And I know, here we go. I think I may have just started something. Gin Up the Base is going to come in and tell me how awful Dunkin' Donuts is. Well, I think it might be better than Panera at this point. Roxanne Epstein, I don't know motorcycles either. I think I like the sidecar best. There you go. Have a sidecar, and then you can, so if you have a significant other or someone with you during the apocalypse, then they can ride in the sidecar. See? And if they don't make it, then you have like maybe the extra storage that you could use that sidecar for. Mr. Spock? Richard said Mr. Spock is logical. He's so logical. I am very raspy this morning for some reason. Mr. Spock, I need a sidecar for the motorcycle for someone to ride shotgun, literally. Oh, yeah, that's right. Because it's apocalypse, and you might have to shoot some people. You might have to shoot some bitches. Michelle, allergies. I don't think I have allergies. Everyone always says allergies. I don't know. I don't even know. I don't think I have allergies. I think it's just, I don't know. Richard, what's your cap say? It says LV. That stands for Las Vegas. See? LV. I know on the sides, I think it says Las Vegas. There. Or Vegas. I don't know what it says. Vegas or something. Yeah, Las Vegas. There we go. Nick Rich, acronyms can get confusing in my humble opinion. Me too, because I just still don't know what BBS means. Big Bad Sunny. I don't know. And James never did. It was a James never did explain. I don't think, unless I missed it. What that means. Robert Perez from down San Diego way. Hello, Robert. Good to see you. Thanks for coming on in. Robert says, top of the morning, Chucker John, and good day to all Democratic voters. And the rest of you can just pound sand. WW says, we had a cat that was an escape artist. got caught in the eaves of the house and died. Oh my God, we smelled her in the spring. Oh, that's so sad and terrible and horrible all at once. That really took a turn I wasn't expecting. Apparently wasn't an escape artist. After all. 56 Nick Rich, have you found Waldo yet at Mr. Spock? Mr. Spock. I didn't know that Mr. Spock was looking for Waldo. This is news to me. WW, I have hay fever and animal allergies all year round. Richard, Las Vegas, the city that never sleeps. I don't know if that's completely true anymore. Oh, be back soon. Oh, thank you, James. Now it makes total sense. Okay, be back soon. It's like BRB, be right back. I know that one. Nick Rich, was the Continental Hotel torn down? The Continental Hotel from John Wick movies? Roxanne Epstein, we can raid Boston Brian today at 11 your time. Okay, yeah, we can do that. That sounds good, Roxanne. We'll go raid Boston Brian. How do you say it in Boston talk? Baston. Well, you know what I mean. I can't do a Boston accent. Park the car. Mark. Hey, Mark, park the car. Park the car, for Christ's sake, Mark. Hey, Mark, park the car. Yeah, we'll raid Boston, Brian. At 1 a.m. At 1 p.m. I mean, not 1 a.m. I'm a little groggy. James, back, by the way. Richard, there is no longer a Republican Party, but rather a Trumplican Party. Thank you for coming in with that for the 100th time. But it can't be said enough, I guess, because it's true. William says hello, Trucker John, and everyone else. Hello, William. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Mr. Spock said, I had to work out this morning. Nick Rich, over time, or every time I feed them, the door gets open. They are getting bigger and faster, scatter everywhere. Then I got to round them back into the coop. And I guess that's your workout. Well, isn't that how Mick trained Rocky with the chicken? Had to chase that chicken? Go chase that chicken, Rock. Get that chicken, Rock. Rocky, get that chicken. That was a Mick impression, just on the fly. Rocky. Yeah. Cut me, Mick. Cut me, Mick. Cut me. Hey. You got heart, kid. You got heart. And scene. Michelle, I love Boston accent. Mark! Park the car! I do it so beautifully, don't I? John from Las Vegas. Vegas takes a little nap between 5:30 and 9 a.m. Yeah, I think so, John. I think so. I think you're right. John, are you out on the road? Are you on the streets? John, a fellow cabbie here in Vegas, and I believe John does the morning shift. I do the night shift. John comes in, does the morning shift, and then I take over and do the night shift. Keith Philippe says, unless a Bostonian, don't try the accent. It's wicked hard. Yeah, it's probably the fucking hardest one, I think. It's right up there with Scottish people. And maybe South African. I don't know. But yeah, Keith Philippe. Thanks for being here, by the way, Keith. Good to see you. I think that was your first post of the day. So congratulations on getting your first post in today. 36 watching, 32 thumbs up. Hey, folks, what the hell? We're operating at a deficit? What kind of Democrats are you guys? Are you guys really Democrats? I bet you there's a few something else is in here. We're at a bit of now we're at a surplus. I think, but not because we got more thumbs up, because a bunch of people left. I think. I don't know. I should not watch that thing. It'll drive me crazy. Richard says, I'm an expat. Yeah, we know. You're born in Texas, 1947. Absolutely, Richard. I think we know your history. And it's 2 something a.m. and over there, and you're just up there in the middle of the night watching some dude from America who doesn't know his ass mahole and is groggy, a bit groggy, apparently. And I'm rambling. I'm a bit rambly. It's funny how maybe lack of sleep, it almost feels like being drunk sometimes, a little bit. You know, Mr. Spock, say New England clam chowder in a JFK voice and is a reasonable Boston accent. I can't even say it. New England clam chowder? Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Park the car, Mark. Let's see. James Jaramillo, if you can catch a chicken, you can... Yeah. That's what it was. If you can catch a chicken, you can catch Grace Lightning. Get in there, rock. Yeah. WW, when I was a kid, Grandma's chickens ran all over the farmyard. They'd make nests in trees and bushes. We had to go hunting for them like Easter. Those little hellions, those little chickeny hellions. Mr. Spock, ask not what you can do for a clam chowder. John, for the stage at MGM Grand. I've been in that line many a time. Over there. It's probably like my number 4 on my list. I usually start my day off at Mandalay Bay. And then, depending on where I go, I'll usually go to either Bellagio or Caesars. And then I usually hit MGM when I'm coming back from the airport. I'll just go over to MGM Grand. Kind of how I do it. I don't know, maybe things are different during the day, but at night time, it seems like the busiest place is Caesars. Caesars is almost like a guaranteed deal. But Caesars and Bellagio kind of like 1 and 2. Mandalay Bay is actually pretty good, even though it's a very south end of the strip. But MGM has his moments, things let out, shows let out, or whatever. And I just don't like a line where you're just sitting there forever and ever. Usually, if I'm sitting in a line more than if I'm not stuck in a tunnel like at Bellagio, if I'm just sitting there and not move, and the line's not moving for like 10 or 15 minutes, I usually leave. I just can't sit. Especially when I know I can go to Caesars and probably go through the line pretty quick. But anyhow, Richard Scotland the Brave. Scotland the Brave. The home of Braveheart. I think, maybe. I don't know. Nick Rich says, I can't hear Mr. Bob Newell. Oh, is Mr. Bob Newell here? So it's time for some obscure questions. Okay. Do you have any dandelions in your neighborhood? You know what? I don't know. I haven't seen it. This is all fake grass here. There's fake grass in the apartment complex. But don't worry, Nick. When we get to 4,000 subscribers, I will find a dandelion. I will find one. And I'm just eating a regular old dandelion. I'm not eating one that's as big as my arm, or whatever, or my leg, or whatever. Like W sent me a picture or posted a picture of one on Facebook that was literally the size of Hulk Hogan's arms when Hulk Hogan had arms. And I'm not gonna do it. Not gonna do that. Not gonna. Yeah, that's not the deal. That was never part of the deal. They were stipulated it had to be like some huge thing. I'm just gonna pluck a little dandelion out, and I'm gonna eat it. I might just eat it right there. I might not even take it home and rinse it off and clean it off. I might just take my chance with dog piss on it or whatever. I don't know. But I said might. I didn't. This is not. Don't hold me to that. Keith Polite. I went to Boston University. I know I should not. You're right. I should not even attempt. Keith Polite, but good to see you, Keith. Good to see you. Nick Rich, the impersonations are cool. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Keith Polite, I miss fried clams because apparently that was a big thing back in Boston. Josh is here. Hey, hey, ladies. Ladies. Guess who just entered the chat? It's Josh. Josh says, well, that was something to walk into. What did am I mid thread on something? Did I skip over Josh or something earlier, or are you just, or did you just walk in on me doing something? That's what happens when you're like 20, 30 minutes behind, like, I don't know. Walter Makarovich is here. Hey, Walter, good to see you. Thanks for coming on into the driver's lounge. Walter says, morning, Trucker John. Did you happen to see Texas Paul, recent podcast? There are some real sick MAGA elected officials in Oklahoma and state government. Texas government. Michael Manager is right. I did not. Well, let's see. I watched Texas Paul. Was it on Sunday? I was watching part of it. I don't know. A lot of times I'm asleep, half asleep, and I'm watching these things. But I do know there's some weird shit in Texas. I mean, we all know that there's just a lot of sick Republican Texas officials. I haven't seen the latest thing, though, from Texas Paul. I don't think, or maybe I did and I was half asleep. I don't know. Michael McAndrew says a farmer had 3-legged chickens, fastest chickens in the world. Asked by a reporter how they tasted, the farmer said, I don't know. I can't catch them. But boom. Mike H. Peace and love to everyone except 56 Rich. Well, there's Mike H. Now we are complete. Now we've got our resident troll. Uh-oh. Boy, Nick Rich not having any of it. Not having any of it. He said piss off, troll. So, all right. We're just coming out punching. Coming out swinging. On that one. WW, the West has different looking dandelions. I didn't know that. Nick Rich says it's going to be a great day when Trump finds all his trolls that lick his butt regretting it. Yeah, when they all are like, when the realization sets in that they were being took. They were being took, Nick. WW, multiple stems and blooms on one dandelion. It was a freak. And I ain't eating that freak. Michelle says, well, good thing you can drive to a park and play in the grass. Yeah, it's a good thing. WW laughing out loud. Westy, what fun is that? Oh, about behaving, I guess. Michael McGanner says, wash off your dandelion first. Okay. Michael's just like, come on, dude. There could be piss on that thing. There could be shit on that thing. Who knows? All right, Michael. I'll pluck it and take it home and rinse it off and give it a little bath. Marsha had to take a phone call from the doctor, catching up. Hey, Marsha, good to see you. Hope all is well. Thanks for checking in and hanging out with us. Anthony Rabiniak says, how to make a woman laugh? 1, hold her hand. 2, look her in the eyes. 3, tell her you're the man of the house. That made me laugh. Roxanne with a bunch of all the different colored hearts. Very pretty. Very pretty with the hearts. WW says, exactly, I wouldn't eat the stems and flowers, only the greens, like spinach. And I hate spinach, to tell the truth. I mean, especially that cooked spinach or whatever. You know, the spinach that looks like a salad, that's not too bad. Josh, I came on the Boston accent. Oh, okay. All right. And now everyone's getting into the act with all the various colored hearts. Yeah, it is very pretty. Nick Rich 1002. Hey, I'm only 3 minutes behind. Nick, I feel so good. I feel so like I've accomplished something. I'm only 3 minutes behind. Michelle says Texas has a bunch of MAGA cheating. Oh yeah. I bet you could lay a bunch of that cheating at the feet of Ken Paxton, the state AG, right? Here's W, who's got like all kinds of emojis, like with sunflowers maybe, and emojis and things, and saying good afternoon, everybody. It's still morning where I'm at. It's still morning. Good morning. It's just a good morning to you. Everyone's saying hello to everybody. Some more rounds of hellos going on. That's very nice. More of the rainbow of hearts, making the chat look very pretty. It's so pretty. It's so pretty and witty and gay. Oh. Mr. Spock says, do you mean, I guess, clamming one time with my ex? Was out for the whole day, got 2 5-gallon buckets, spent the next day shucking them. She kept saying at the bottom of a bucket, only 10 left, kept saying it, laughing out loud. Apparently it was not the end of the bucket, bottom of the bucket. Michelle, they are the marks. And when the time comes for you to eat the dandelion, TJ, you can get organic dandelions from Whole Foods, laughing out loud. Really? I know we've had conversations about, like, you can make apparently wine, and you can make a soup, and you can do this and that and the other. I think I'm just going to pluck one out, rinse it off really good, and just eat it. And hopefully it doesn't kill me. And if it doesn't kill me, hopefully it makes me stronger. Because you know that saying. You know. Jolie says, oh, W being sweet today. Someone check on hell and see if it froze over. Right. Mike H. There you go. There goes the misspelling of throw again. I brought that to your attention, or maybe you didn't see it on Liberal Dan show. By the way, the best show on the internet, Liberal Dan, Mondays and Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Central Time, right here on YouTube, Liberal Dan. And Mike H is somewhat reusing some of his chats, but again, the misspelling of throw. Just bring that to your attention, so you might want to, next time you reuse this chat, this particular chat you're doing, maybe you have it all. That was a cut and paste thing. That's why it just came up with the same misspelling. But yeah, they throw Biden under the bus, and Democrats will do the same to you. Who is they? Well, by the way, who's they that's throwing Biden under the bus? And who's going to throw me under the bus? That's a very confusing chat. I mean, and the Democrats are going to throw me under the bus? I don't think these words that you've put together mean what you think they mean. I don't know. Doesn't make sense to me. Let's see. Keith Elite says there's a new South Park coming out tomorrow night. That should be interesting. See where they go from there, from that first one. Nick Rich, through. Right. WW got to go meet my new financial guy tomorrow. My old one is retiring. So you're not meeting him till tomorrow, but you got to go now? It says, got to go meet my new financial guy tomorrow. Oh, I guess you're just saying, oh, you're not saying you're leaving now. Okay. I thought, wow, you're really excited to see your new financial guy. Okay, I guess you're not going until tomorrow. I'm Joe Raines. I can't stay awake any longer, so good night, my friends. Well, hey, the cure for insomnia, Chugger John channel. Come on in. Chugger John live stream. Your cure for insomnia. Put you right out. James Aramillo says, Marsha, the doc recommends ibuprofen to bring down the inflammation. Going to start on it today. We'll see. Yeah, let us know how that turns out. Mr. Spock says, then we had a big party, because this is going back to the shucking of the clam story. Mr. Spock says, we had a big party, fed fried clams to everyone, had 4 big fryers going. I'm not sure if I guess I've had clams at some point in my life. Maybe frying them would be nice. It sounds nice. I don't know. Mike H. through. There you go, Mike. There you go. I know, when you're translating from Russian to English, it can be a little difficult, probably. Rosanna, I hope you're feeling better, James Cutie. Josh, my hottest 2 coffee. I transposed that. I got a little dyslexic on that one. Now I'm talking like Mike H. Dyslexic. How do you say dyslexic? Dyslexic. Is that what I'm trying to say? Anyhow, I reversed some words. I don't know. It's probably not even dyslexia. That's probably just inversion of words. Or whatever. I don't know. My coffee is too hot is what Josh said. He shed it. Josh shed it. All right? He shed it. I'm not able to speak today. My brain still has not completely woken up, I think. WW says, I loved fried clams. Turns out they are terrible for my gout. Though. I'm going to add though. I'm going to do a little editing. I'm going to put comma, though, at the end of that period. Rosetta says, Josh, hey, they're nice to meet you, my friend, with some pretty rainbow colors of hearts. Makes the chat look so pretty. Hey, Laura Lee, $2 super chat. Thank you so much, Laura Lee. Yippee going out to you. There you go. I shouted yippee. And I gave you a thumbs up and I gave you a heart. Thank you so much, Laura Lee. I appreciate you. Help support the show. Get us to the goal. 3/5 of the way there, guys. We're 3/5 of the way. Sammy Carter coming at us from across the pond. Sammy Carter says, TJ, did you see Trump drowned out by bagpipes at his new golf course during a press conference he called? I think I saw a quick clip of that, and I thought it was delicious. I love whenever Trump can get drowned out. Or just drowned, but Jim the Beast says, Josh, let that shit cool, Josh. Your lips are too valuable as the chat candy for the ladies in the lounge. Protect your assets, brother. Of course, Jen would go there with that. I'm a bit stuffed up today. I'm stuffed up. I almost said stiffed up. WW, they might be bitter. A lot of Greens are. I'm just gonna rinse that puppy off, and I'm just gonna stick it in my mouth. That didn't sound right. And I'm just gonna chew it up and swallow it, and all as fast as I can, and be done with it. Michelle says, Sammy, I saw that was laughing emoji man. Andrew Petrie's here. Hello, cool cats, is what Andrew Petrie said to everybody. Hey, you cool cats. Marcia says, James Jaramillo, I really hope the ibuprofen helps. You know, I'm always sending healing vibes to you, sweetie. That's so nice of you, Marcia. Here's the link to Liberman's channel. Thank you, Jolie. Liberman YouTube channel. There's the link. Check him out every Monday, Wednesday, 8 p.m. Central Time. Best goddamn show on the internet. There you go. I'm standing by it. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it, man. If you guys haven't checked it out, you should check it out. Monday, Wednesday, 8 p.m. Central Time. Just accordingly to your time zone. Sammy Carter from across the pond says, I was in Aberdeen and Edinburgh. No, that's right. Last time we had the conversation about how do you say Edinburgh. Apparently the G is silent. And then there was further discussion on how to pronounce the name. I'm just going to say Edinburgh. Okay? Okay, guys, I'm going to say Edinburgh for now, all right? I'm just going to say it that way. So if I'm saying it wrong, then I'm sorry, okay? Yeah, Sammy says, I was in Aberdeen. Hopefully I'm saying Aberdeen right. I was in Aberdeen and Edinburgh. Well, whatever. Over the weekend. Why do I get hung up on Edinburgh so much? I can't even finish the sentence because I keep going on and on about Edinburgh. It must be a lovely place. Hopefully it's a lovely place. Sammy says, I was in Aberdeen and Edinburgh over the weekend. Oh my God, they hate Trump. And the whiskey was good. Well, there you go. A twofer. You got to, harass Trump a little bit and drink some good whiskey. Is that where they make Jameson? Because I like Jameson. I like some Jameson. I haven't had it in a few years because the last time I had it was at my kid's place in the mountains. It was for I think Thanksgiving. We had some drinks and they had some Jameson. And I was like, man, this stuff is smooth. It goes down smooth. Mike H. Thanks, TJ. Now pay your rent. I don't have to. I'm all paid up, dude. I'm all paid up. I'm good to go. Why did you go back to Russia? You fucking Russian bot. You fucking Russian troll farm fucking worker. Laura Lee loves this group. Even with the Mike H in there, you love the group. So that's a testament, I think, to how cool everyone else is, that we're able to drown out the assholiness of a Mike H, of a Joel the Troll, RC car extraordinaire driver person guy from Russia. AM can't wait to see the new South Park, or see South Park, not the new South Park. Damon Dog, the big dog's here. Hey, Damon, good to see you. Thanks for jumping into the old driver's lounge, hanging out with us for a bit. Let's make sure we like, subscribe, and share so we can get more Mike H's in here. It helps the algorithm. Mike H, the only reason we keep you in here is to maybe help the algorithm a little bit. That's the only reason you're here. Otherwise, you'd be fucking marooned. David Dog says, hi, truckers. Having a rough morning. My AC is out. It's so friggin' hot in here. Oh, man, that sucks. That sucks when that happens. Hang in there, Damon. Hang in there, man. Nick Rich, I think, coming in with a joke, says, did you visit any relatives at Loch Ness, Wes? I guess that's a joke, inferring that Wes's relatives are like lake monsters. WW says, not excited about my financial guy. They always try to steer me towards stuff. Oh, look at my voice. There's stuff that makes them most of the money, bank funds and such. WW, I think you're just so paranoid about everything. But like they say, or someone said, just because you're paranoid doesn't mean it's not true. Michelle, be careful with kidney with ibuprofen. The kidney has a special place in the heart. WW, Howard Johnson always had the best fried clams. Howard Johnson, really? Who knew? Who would have thought that Hojo's had the best fried clams? Yeah, Roxanne with some advice for Damon Dogs is you might need to go hang out at the grocery store or the library. Or maybe, and now I don't think Damon Dog, I think Damon Dog is one of the folks that said they haven't gone to a movie in a long time or ever. Maybe go see a movie and that, until the AC gets fixed. There's places you might have to go hang out where it's cooler until that AC gets fixed. WW says, good advice, Michelle. I have low stage kidney disease. Have to be careful with NSAIDs. NSAIDs? NSAIDs. David Dog, yep, 96 and thunderstorms. Wow. Probably muggy as hell. Roxanne, dyslexic. Still doesn't help. I still can't say it, even when it's broken down like that. Yeah, Marcia says, hey, Damon Dog, my friend, sorry to hear about your AC isn't working. Hope it's repaired soon. It's too darn hot and humid. Stay hydrated. Yeah, stay hydrated. And maybe go to the mall? Hang out at the mall? Something, I don't know. WW, I don't have many dandelions right now. I let them grow in the spring. Well, let's get to 4,000. Let's get me to 4,000 subscribers, and then we'll see if I can find one. Rosanna in here with a $4.99 super chat. Thank you, Rosanna. Yippee, going out to Rosanna. And it's got a nice little cat saying hi. Hiya. Hiya, cat. Hi, kitty. Thank you, Rosanna. We're now 4/5 of the way to the goal. So thank you so much. AM says that Epstein followed DJT to Scotland. Oh, the story. The journalist's first question was about Epstein. Yeah, and because his whole goal was to go to Scotland and try to get away from the issue, and the issue won't let him get away. And this is all brought on by himself. This is what he ran on. Was one of the things he ran on. So he brought this all on himself. Roxanne Epstein says, WW, I was a youth counselor for an elementary school aftercare program run by Memorial Healthcare Services in South Florida or Southern Florida. I had 25 5-year-olds. I loved my job. It was full-time in the summer. All right. WW, one time my AC broke down, so I went out and bought a little window AC to tide me over. The AC guy couldn't get there for a week. Yeah, you don't want to go a week without AC in the middle of summer, that's for sure. Josh says, I say Edinburgh. Edinburgh. Hey, Edinburgh. Well, good for you, Josh. WW, I gave the window unit to my little brother. Every once in a while, I could have used it. You could have bought another one, W. You're loaded. You could have bought another one. I mean, you're able to throw these $1.11 super chats, so I know you're loaded, dude. You could go buy. You could have bought yourself another AC unit. Mike H, just get us out in that algorithm, man. That's the only reason you're here. Push us out in the algorithm. Michael McAndrews, I just got a $1.64 refund check for my med overpayment from Optum RX. It will cost me $2 to go to the bank and back. Well, maybe just put that in your pocket or your glove box or whatever, and then when you just happen to be going by the bank, you know. So, in other words, you're not making just a special trip just for that. That's probably what I would do. Of course, then I would probably end up forgetting it, and then it would be just an old check laying in my glove box for 5 years, and so yeah, there's that. James Jaramillo says, Damon Dog, get the blasted thing going. Big D, stay cool and hydrated in the meantime. Yeah, do whatever you can. Try to stay cool. WW, keep that rent paid. Very important. Yes, thanks for the reminders, guys. Michelle, Nigger says, it begins. Michelle, tell them John love our group. WW, property taxes too. They put a lien on your house if you don't keep up payments. Yeah, they will. They will. William says Hennigan's is a good scotch since it doesn't have any odor. It can be a little secret. Ooh, look at there. Look at William with the secret, with the sneaking in the booze, undetected. Roxanne Epstein, I only like margaritas if I'm drinking hard liquor and usually on super hot days on the beach. I was just thinking about margaritas because I there's a place on the Strip. I think I saw it. Is it by the fashion show or I don't know, but it was called Margaritas or something. And I remember just going. I think I was just sitting at a stoplight or something, and I saw this place called Margaritaville. Not Margaritaville. That's been closed down since Jimmy Buffett died. But it was called Margarita something. I don't know. And I just remember going, God, I haven't had a margarita, and I can't even remember how long. Probably 10 years, maybe longer. And I was like, damn. So I used to like getting like if you went to a Mexican it seems like every time I've had a margarita, it's been at a Mexican restaurant. You know, where you get a nice big Mexican meal, and usually it's on a Sunday. Because a lot of times with a Mexican meal, I'll either get just a Pepsi or I'll get a Modelo Negro. Negra. I hope that didn't sound racist, because that's what it's called. But I remember, it seems like if we went to a Mexican restaurant on a Sunday, afternoon or evening, I would get a nice big, those big margaritas with the big thing with the salted rim. I think it's been probably 10 years since I've done that. Since I've had a margarita, a nice big margarita with the salted glass rim thing. So yeah, here we are talking about margaritas. And I was just thinking about margaritas last night. WW, me too, Sammy Carter. Now that I can't drink beer, vodka and scotch are my drink. You can't drink beer because you're gout? Is it because you're a gout? I bet it's because of your gout, isn't it? AM says, I guess I'll say it like Josh. Edinburgh has been known for their whiskey distilleries. There you go. Where do they make Jameson? That's all I want to know. Here's Roseanne with a $4.99 super chat. Thank you, Rosanna. Yippee! Goes out to you. And I'll read the thing. It says, we are the resistance. LFG, sending love, sweet love to you all. Thank you, Rosanna. Very much. I appreciate it. Thanks for supporting the show. And thank you for your beautiful chat with all the beautiful hearts. And I'll give you a heart right back and a thing. And yeah, here we are. Here's my shirt. You and me, LFG. And there it is. It's a bit translucent, but that's okay. Let's fucking go, man. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do this thing. Let's do it, baby. Let's do this. Let's do it. WW, we didn't go to Loch Ness. It was a separate excursion. Oh, WW getting all fancy with the fancy words. Excursion. Nick Rich bots eat snot and are allergic to thought. Josh, Damon Dog, soak a hat and put it in the freezer. You go soak a hat. No, just kidding. Roxanne, gin at the base, nothing slushy. I like my margaritas on the rocks. Oh, I don't do the on rocks thing. I like the regular margaritas in the big giant, margarita bowl, margarita glass with the salted rim. It's not on the rocks, I don't think. Damon Dog says, Ugh, Morris Jenkins on the way, $89 to tell me what's wrong. Be here between 4 and 6. Yeah, $89 just for the service call, just for coming out there, just for looking at it. Yep. David Dog says, Josh, I'm going to put me in the freezer. WW fried clams and ice cream at Hojo's. Those were the days. Oh, the grand old days of going to the Hojo. Going to Hojo's and getting you some fried clams and some ice cream. Yeehaw! Yeehaw! John Glad, Hojo's, yes, best fried clams. Wow. I don't think I ever had the fried clams at Hojo's. Nothing. I didn't go to Hojo's. Maybe we didn't have them too much around where I was at. Maybe go to other places. I think I maybe ate there. Probably just got a hamburger or something. WW, all you can drink cherry cokes. Yay, yippee, cherry cokes for everybody around. All you can drink. All you can drink. Roxanne Epstein, perfect. I coined the margarita on the rocks with no salt as the drink of the 90s. So I'm about it. So I'm about it. That's the exact opposite of the way I would drink my margarita. Roxanne Epstein, Damon Dog, are they going to fix it or just diagnostics? Well, they'll probably diagnose it and then hopefully fix it. Marsha's got another doctor call. That's okay. Take care of your business there, Marsha. Damon Dog, I have a window, unit in my garage. Went out to get it, and the guy in the guest house took it. Oh, boy. John Glad, I just thought, in the year 2525. I remember that song. If man is even still alive. Or something like that. Roxanne says, you have to have the salt, baby. One with and one without. Oh, I always have to do the salt. It's just the margarita to me. It's not a margarita if you don't have the salted rim. That's just how I roll, people. That's how Trucker John rolls, man. WW, I share you on Facebook, but it gives us trolls. Like I said, today we're not streaming on Facebook. I gotta look into further what this app does, or what the app, the Prism app. And as far as I know, it's the only app really that maybe there are others. I haven't. Maybe I shouldn't say that because I haven't really looked into it. But being able to use an app straight from your phone so you can do live streams. I know a lot of people use it. A lot of YouTubers use it. I don't know if there's any other one. Yeah. But I like it better than because I can go live just straight from the YouTube app, YouTube itself. But I don't like that. It's just it's too basic. It's too basic. Yeah, basic. You basic YouTube. Everybody says Roxanne Epstein, no salt was for health purposes. No need to raise the blood pressure. Really, that little tiny bit of salt. It's not like you have to lick the entire thing. It's just like where you drink is you're going to taste some salt. Is that really that little tiny bit of salt? I mean, now I'm not a doctor, so what do I know? But that little tiny bit of salt is really going to raise your blood pressure. I guess, man, you can't have one little granular thing of salt. Nick Rich says, when you're old, is it best to sit on money you'll probably never spend or spend it now? Well, I think you should have a good nest egg or a good savings because your earning days are probably over or not what they were, when you were younger. You're not, so your potential earning isn't there, and if you don't know how long you're going to live, you might live another 20 years or 30 years, and you might need that money. You're probably going to need that money at some point, to live off of. So I think you got to, if you can save and get a nice nest egg and sit on it, but also it's nice if you can have some portion of it that you can have, to do stuff with too. So yeah, it's a personal, I guess that's a personal thing, a personal choice. But you should keep in mind that, if you just blow it all, then what happens if you live another 20 years, and you got nothing and no potential to earn more? So yeah, it's tricky. It's kind of tricky. Roxanne Epstein says that Damon Dog, fuck, I feel for you, bro. Maybe some frozen food like peas to put behind your neck. Roxanne says, gotcha, baby. Yep, no salt for you, Mr. High Blood Pressure Man. I added that last part, by the way. In case there's just people that are just listening and they're not actually reading along with the chat. I do sometimes, add things, and then I think, gee, I hope that if someone heard that, they didn't think that I was just, embellishing what someone said or something. You know what I mean? You guys know what I mean? I know you know what I mean. I know you know what I mean. Nick Rich. Oh, Michelle says, 56 Nick, pay all bills, then have fun. David Dog, I owe Home Depot enough. I hate putting another $300 on there for another window unit. Yeah. It depends on how uncomfortable you get in that heat. When you might be going, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go lay out another $300. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Just on a side issue, I would say the IQ level of Joe Biden is probably at least double of Trump's. Just realistically, it's at least double. So. WW, my bank is about a half a mile away. I can walk on nice days. Too hot today. John Glad, get your bank app and you can cash that check online, or should I say deposit? Yeah, I guess you just like take a picture of it, and yeah, bank app is a good way to go, I think. David Dog, Roxana, he said his wasn't working, and he switched the 2 out, and I just bought one for my niece. This will be the 4th window unit I bought. Oh my gosh, all these window units. Yeah, I bought a window unit once. Or maybe more than once. Yeah, Andrew Petrie, Dick Rich, I had a beauty day yesterday. Found $60 just sitting on the sidewalk. Wow. That's nice. One time I found $50. I was in Utah near, what's it called? West City, Utah, or whatever. Instead of Salt Lake City, I think it's called Westlake City. Not Westlake. Well, whatever it is. And so when I had my dog Patches was with me on the road, and I was taking Patches for a walk, and I was just walking down the street, and I got the dog on the leash, and I'm kind of looking down, I guess, and kind of looking after the dog, and then I see this money on the ground, and I'm like, whoa! So I bent down, picked it up, and was it a $50 bill? I forget if it was a $50 bill or if it just was money that added up to 50, but I know it was $50. And I was just like, wow, score. I'm like, I go, Patches, we're going to fucking eat good today. So, yeah, those are cool days when you find money. I've found the $20 bills a couple times just blowing around, WW says, Nick Rich, I'm hoping to have enough to get into one of those luxury all expense paid places. John Glad, on my second Miller Lite, no breakfast. No, my friend, that is your breakfast. That's the breakfast of champions right there. Miller Lite in the morning, first thing, breakfast of champions. Jolie says, we already know you poop on the living room floor, but yeah, none of this hypothetical bullshit. We know that's what you do because you're a poopy head. You're a poopy head. WW says some of them require $200,000 deposits. Wow. Mr. Spock says if houses were underground, they would be less susceptible to heat. Isn't that the reason why they maybe went underground in THX 1138? I remember that movie. I saw that movie when it first came out. That was what's his face? George Lucas, right? I think they have a house here in Vegas. Maybe you can tour it. That they made like an underground house, and it is like nice and cool. Like it could be 110 degrees outside, and you go in that house, and it's nice and cool. I haven't gone in it, but I think I've seen videos of it. Keith Polite, I've been making cucumber-infused vodka. I got tired of cucumber salads. There you go. Roxanne Epstein says, Damon Dog, it's the unbearable heat, and you're a great person. AC is a must for you. I'd wait to see what the AC guy says first. Yeah, if they can get the thing going today, then I guess you don't need to go buy one. But if they say, yeah, we got to do this and that, got to order some parts, and we got to come back, and blah, 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 and it's going to be a week or 2 weeks or whatever, yeah, then go down and get you a window unit to get you through. And then just park your ass in front of that fucking window unit, man. Michelle, what is LFG? Let's fucking go. WW says Jameson is a blended Irish whiskey produced by the Irish Distillers subsidiary of Pernod Ricard, originally one of the 6 main Dublin whiskeys. So it's Irish. Yeah, I'm a Jameson guy, even though I've only drank it maybe once or twice, and it's been years since I had it, but still, I'm a Jameson guy. Roxanne Epstein, now I want really want a margarita, maybe birthday margarita on the beach, Jen. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Jen, did you get that? Aaron West, LFG equals let's fucking go. I know, I forget. I'm behind in the chat, so yeah, it was not good of Aaron to explain that. Josh says, 1 year my AC window unit died, and we sat in the basement and watched the entire Lord of the Rings series. That's funny. You made the best of the situation, Josh. That's what I call making the best of the situation, of a bad situation. Nick Rich says, the last time I bought a few drinks in a bar, the tab was as much as a quart of what we were enjoying. Then the tip. Well, that's, it's kind of a, I mean, yeah, I understand you're comparing it. It's kind of a unfair comparison because when you go out, you're going out. That's a whole different thing than just sitting at home. Yeah, I can go out to a nice Mexican restaurant and spend, 30 or 40 bucks for a plate plus whatever the drink. If I get drinks and beers and stuff like that, just for one person, I can spend easily, 60, 70, 80 bucks or whatever. Or I can stay at home and make, although I'm not a very good cook, but hypothetically, let's say if I was a good cook and I cooked my own Mexican meal and I pulled out a Modelo from the fridge, it would be a fraction of the cost of the restaurant. But you're paying for that experience, I guess, and getting out of the house and going out with friends or whatever. So it's really not a fair comparison. False comparison. Is it false comparison? I think. WW Left Out. Someday we will find out that Mike H is somebody like V.D. Hertz or the Dragon. I don't think so. I think Mike H is Joel the Troll, and he's really into RC cars. That's about all I know about Mike H. And from Ohio, I believe. Ohio, Russia. Andrew Midget, Mike is a sheep farmer. WW, I was so skinny in the 70s and 80s, ate and drank all I wanted. Yeah, things change with our metabolisms and things like that. I just learned, I don't know if Jolie is still in the chat or not. I just learned yesterday that VD Hertz, that we see in a lot of the chats, was formerly known as Kiki Streets. Jolie, did you hear me? If you're here, I don't know if you're still here. You may have left, and I understand if you did. But VD Hertz is Kiki Streets. And any of you that were around on my chat like 2-3 years ago, Kiki Streets used to always come in here, and we would get in some big arguments. Big arguments. And eventually he just stopped coming in because I guess I just pissed him off or whatever. And then I just learned, because yesterday, what chat was I in? Oh, because he was trying to tell somebody else to unblock him or something, and to let that person know that he was Kiki Streets. And then I saw that, I was like, whoa! So I wrote like, "You're Kiki Streets?" I go, "Aren't you the guy that we used to always argue and stuff?" And then he responded, and he said, and he's like, "Well, we didn't argue all the time. I was just trying to get you prevent you from buying a Tesla or something like that." So I would hope that VD Hertz and I are on good terms. And if anyone knows VD Hertz, or tell him I said hi and come on into the chat. And if we argue, we argue. I don't give a fuck about arguing. Look at Mike H. He's been here all this time. But VD Hertz is not a troll like Mike H., I don't think. But VD Hertz is very opinionated and very sticks to his convictions, I guess, or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, if you guys run into VD Hertz, tell him to come on in back to the Trucker John channel and hang out with us, because he used to always hang out as Kiki Streets. Rosanna, I'm so sorry. TJ keeps calling you Roxanne. Did I say Roxanne for Rosanna? Did I? Well, I apologize if I did that. I did. It was totally like a subconscious thing. Would it be subconscious or unconscious? I guess it'd be subconscious. So if I did that, I apologize, Rosanna and Roxanne. I apologize to everybody. I have to apologize for everybody. Everybody. WW, I just shared you on Facebook again. Thank you, W. Maybe we'll get some more. Are you trying to get more trolls in here? Is that what you're trying to do? Josh says, I think it's dumb that home AC doesn't recharge on R134A cans like cars do. Well, maybe it has to do with that homes are bigger and they require different refrigeration systems because they're so much bigger than a car. Jolie says, I had 2 strawberry margaritas yesterday, Michelle, with double shots of Patron. Delicious and effective. Wow. Yeah. I bet they were. Sandy Foltz is here. Says, TJ, how is your new place doing? It's doing fine. Thanks for asking again. Everything's fine. James Firmino, Andrew Petrie, I'm about to zap his ass. Too fucking obnoxious for my blood. Yeah, it is. I understand, James. Mike H. isn't even really a good troll when he just has to resort to that type of, language and stuff. He can't even troll right. He doesn't even know how to troll right. David Dog, haha, one thing after another. I turned the ceiling fan on high and wads of dust just started flying. I should have cleaned it first. Been a while since he's turned on the ceiling fan, I guess. Marcia, all my doctor's offices are calling me today. Keep missing Dr. John in chat. That's okay. Take care of your health. Get your health matters taken care of. That's more important than being here. Laura Lee, need a nap. Good to see you all. Thank you, Laura Lee. Go nappy time. Go take a nap. Get recharged. Recharge those batteries, I guess. Nick Rich, I never block anyone in the live stream that has moderators. I enjoy laughing at the stupid comments they leave. WW with a $7.77 super chat. Yippee to WW. Thank you so much. Thumbs up to you. Oops, thumbs up. There's a thumbs up, and there's the heart. Oop, I don't know what I'm doing here. And W says, my pension gives me about 67% of my former salary. I am blessed. All right. Thank you, W. Thanks for that 777. 777. Yeah. I'm saying it right. Thanks so much for helping the show out. I do appreciate you. AM says, if you ever go to Chili's, you must try Birrita. They serve you a big glass of margarita with beer in it. Wow. I've never even thought about mixing margarita with a beer. Is it good? I mean, apparently you like it because you said try it. I'm not sure if I would like it, but I might try it. Who knows? I might like it. A Birrita. Wow. Sandy Foltz says, TJ, you need to get something for your cold. It's not really a cold. It's just a little stuffiness. It'll go away in a couple hours. What did WW do that was everyone saying? I mean, I like the super chat, yippee. But was there something else? I don't know. Because Mike H said good one, W. I don't even know what that was. WW says Uncle Joe is definitely very smart, but there are rumors that his grades were not that great. Well, at least his grades were his grades. I don't know about Trump, who he paid to take tests for him and stuff. Roxanne Epstein says, don't forget to raid Boston Brian at 11 a.m. Oh, shit, it's already 11 a.m. Is it already 11? No, I did get a little bit of late start. Aaron, I bet he likes his own Facebook post, too. Truth be known, I hit the like button on mine if I come across one. Truth be known, I'm like, can I like this? Is it okay if I like it? I'll just do it. Yeah, I just do it. I don't care what anybody says about that. Gin Up the Base says, embellishing what you said, it was another baseless attack on old Gin Up the Base, disparaging for trying to raise awareness to the epidemic of high blood pressure across the nation. So sorry, TJ. Oh, don't put yourself on a pedestal there, Gin Up the Base. I do not think you were trying to do anything about raising the awareness of the epidemic of high blood pressure. You were not. All you said was you had blood pressure, and that's why you didn't put salt on the rim. Don't try to boost yourself up there. You're not that noble. Anyhow, I might be going. I'm probably going to be running a little bit after when Brian goes. Any of you all that go over to Brian, just do a Trucker John raid or something, or just say hi coming from Trucker John or whatever. But I'm probably going to be going over. I'm going to be overlapping a little bit because it's already 10:58, and I haven't caught up to the chat yet. So. But if you guys go over there, just say, hey, Trucker John raid or coming over from Trucker John or something like, you guys know the drill, right? Anthony Rubiniak, on a real cold winter day, I found a $100 bill across the street from a strip lounge. You probably denied some poor stripper her money. WW, I was sorting through old greeting cards that I haven't seen yet. Found $100 in 20s that I knew I was missing. Worried that somebody might have stolen it. Well, there you go. You found it. Jolie, he also posts multiple comments on his own Facebook post. Well, I guess talking about Mike. Oh, I'm out of coffee. Nick Rich, I found a dime on the bus last month. Hey, it all adds up. Well, those dimes add up. Andrew Petrie says, buddy gave me a new Ninja air fryer last night. Never used one before. How much oil do I use, and what kind is the best? I have brick of Crisco. Yeah, those are all good questions. An air fryer. Air fryers, I don't think you don't use oil, do you? On an air fryer. So was that all like a joke? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, but I've been told big leg woman ain't got no soul. Yeah, thank you very much. Oh, thank you very much. Oh, thank you very much. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you very much. Big Hook, the Big Hook is here. How far behind is he today, Nick? I'm always behind because I'm reading. Reading takes time. Reading and talking takes time. Josh says, did you hear about the monk who got a big inheritance? He was an air fryer. There's the drum sting, yes. WW, some Irish whiskey tastes a lot like scotch. Nick Ritchie's doing good today. Big Hook, maybe 5 to 10 minutes at the most. Oh, man. I am skipping down now. John Glad says, I found a $50 bill next to a trash can outside a convenience store. It was good. The cash change machine gave me change. All these finding money things here. WW 1248 Central Time. Michael McAndrews says, we are still recovering from the mass stabbing here in Traverse City, Michigan at the Walmart. We know people who were there. Yeah, that was, I heard about that story, and it's crazy, huh? Crazy. Marcia says, I wish I could find some cash. Yeah, I know, right? WW, I stayed with a friend at the VA in Madison. They have a great hospital, but it was bring your own overnight nurse. Wow. Jolie says, I heard that too, Trucker John. I forgot to tell you about it. Yeah, so VD Hertz is Kiki Streets. I don't know why he doesn't come in here. He seemed to be okay with the little convo we had on the wherever it was it Liberal Dan or somewhere? Maybe it might have been Liberal Dan last night. He seems like he's not, mad at me. So maybe it's just a scheduling thing. Maybe he's very busy at this time of the day. Yeah, Marcia says, hello, Michael McAndrews. People are going stark raving mad It's happening everywhere. Sorry it happened in your neighborhood. Yeah, it seems like the last couple of days we had a mass shooting in New York, and the guy who was the shooter was a guy from Las Vegas. That's weird. There was another shooting in. There was a couple of them. The one in like Manhattan. They had one in Reno. Up in Reno, they had one. I think the guy killed a couple of people, and then killed them. Or did they catch that guy? I think they might have caught that guy in Reno. The shooter in New York, who was from Las Vegas, he killed himself apparently. So you had those two shootings, Reno and New York, and then you had the stabbing in Michigan, and I think there was another one. So all this stuff is going on, and I'm just thinking, oh boy, here we go. We're gonna have a whole rash of these fucking things again now, you know. Rosanna, no, I said Rosanna. I did not say Roxanne. Apparently is leaving. So thank you, Roseanne, for being here. If you're going to Boston Brian, say hi to Boston Brian for me. I'll be there in a little bit. We're gonna shut down here in a few minutes. But anyone who goes over to Boston Brian, be sure to say hi from me, or say Trucker John Raid or something like that. Just to let them know that I was sending you guys over there, or that I'm on board with it, and I'll be going over there in a little bit. Check out the old Boston Brian show. Nick Rich says, 56 Nick Rich says, I changed my channel name after 13 years because I destroyed my cell phone and the SIM card too. Google wouldn't give me the old name. Just put the 56 in the front. That's right. And I still can't get over it, Nick. I can't get over it. I still call you Nick Rich 56. I don't know why. WW says John blocks the account in which I changed my names. We've gone over that before. We've gone over that before. I'm not going to rehash it. Mike H, are you going to reset your goal, TJ? No, we made the goal. 5 out of 5. Thank you very much for everyone who contributed. We made the goal. We'll reset it tomorrow on tomorrow's show, which will be tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific time. And we'll have a goal then. So I'll see you guys then. Marsha says, thank you, Trucker John. Thank you, Marsha. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you for being here. Mike H, I'm a gentle troll. I don't know. Some of the shit you say is pretty disgusting, and I'm on the verge of brooming you. I really am. Because you're not really doing your job as a troll of getting us out in the algorithm. You're not getting me to 4,000 subscribers. I mean, the only reason I keep you around is to get us out into the algorithm and get more viewers and more subscribers, and you're not really pulling up your end of the bargain. And we gotta put up with some of the disgusting, vile shit that you post. You're almost not worth it. I mean, I don't think you are worth it. So I'm really like this close to just completely banning you from the channel, and not just timing you out, Big Hook says more urban for sure, Andrew, but the transit here in Vancouver is better. Victoria, I also think, is more expensive. Thanks for the rundown. Nick Rich, but politics in a few minutes. Yeah, it's on now. Again, if you guys go over there, just say hi from Trucker John or something like that. Things of this nature. Teresa TAK, hey Teresa, good to see you. Thanks for jumping on in. We're just about ready to wrap up the show. Michael McAndrews, what's a dickfer? I don't know. It's for peeing and fucking. Anyhow, James Hermio's here. Teresa's here. I'm just scrolling on down a little bit. As we're about to end the show, there's Sandy Foltz with all the pretty hearts. WW already did a Trucker John raid. Okay, do another one. Who says you can't do another one? Are there any rules that state you can't do it? Nick Rich says Boston Brian was asked about having you on as a guest, Trucker John. Take him up on it. What? Right now? Someone else? I know. I think you said that like last week. Yeah, I would do that. I'm gonna have to figure out how to do it. It's always a thing. Michael Mayer, Trucker John raid. Oh, oops. Like I said, guys, I'm gonna go a little late, or not late, but I mean, because I started late. But yeah, if you go over there, make sure you just say something like Trucker John raid. WW some air fryer recipes say to put a tablespoon of 2 in the bottom. Nick Rich, Boston Brian is live. All right, you guys. I know you love Boston Brian. You want to go over there. You're probably all there. I know we're down to 20 watching. A lot of people have left. So that's fine. Joe, I saw him fess up at Hal's. I'm mid-thread, so I don't know who the fessing up was. Or maybe it was a King of Streets. Jolie says King of Streets is a Trucker John OG. Yeah, so if we can get VD Hertz in here, it'd be like old times, I guess. I don't know. Mrs. Bach is never ending. Jolie says, I enjoy timing out Joel the Troll, sometimes for reasons at all. Yeah, sometimes I'm like, I've thought about maybe sending you a message, Jolie, and saying, so what should we do with this with Mike H? Should we boot him? Should we keep putting up with his shit? Is he worth having around? Is he more trouble than he's worth? So I'm kind of, I'm real close to just booting him, but Big Hook, sorry I didn't get to finish yesterday with Liberal Dan. Josh says TJ should send Paul, the purple beard guy, to guest on Boston Brian's show. I'm not sure if I have the technology to do that, guys. Anyhow, okay, so here we are. Almost 2 hours coming up here. Jolie, I had to leave early anyway. Oh, last night. I guess we'll go ahead and wrap it up here. Thanks, guys, for being here. I know everyone. I got 20 of you left in here, so about 30 of you jumped over to Boston Brian, which is fine. Say hi to Boston Brian for me when you guys go over there, and maybe someday I'll get on the show. Maybe I'll figure out how to do that with my phone. I'm not operating on a big platform or a big like Streamlabs or whatever. Mad Mac, Slava Ukraini. Did I say Slava Ukraini. Slava Ukraini. Let's beat those Ruskies. Let's send them back home with the tails between their legs. Mr. Spock, I have to build a quail coop. Have a happy day. Thank you, Mr. Spock. Live long and prosper. Thanks for being here. Jolie, Trucker John raid. Yeah, we can go over to Boston Brian. I think he's 13 minutes into the show, but hey, what did my dad always say? What's the one thing my dad always told me? Better late than never. Better late than never. All right. So, all right, guys. Today's Tuesday, right? So tomorrow's Wednesday. I was thinking about doing a Tuesday afternoon show today since Hal Sparks is not on. I was actually thinking about it. I don't know. Maybe I'll do an impromptu because I was thinking about going to work early today instead. So we'll see. There is a possibility. I'm just putting it out there for the 19 still watching. There's a possibility I might go on this afternoon, but I think did the suffragettes come on? I don't, so I don't want to be all Mr. Jumping in people's time zones or time things. But I don't know. There's a possibility I might jump on around 3 Pacific time since Hal's not on. Keep that in mind. Either that or I'm going to be working. Janelle, I feel bad. Nobody is in Terra. Oh, I like the Terras, too. there's just so many things going on, you know, at the same time. There's so many things going on. You know, if you have multiple devices, maybe watch shows you like and give them some support on your different devices and stuff. But if you only got one device where you can watch something, maybe what you can do is you can watch one show for a few minutes, give it a like, then go to the other show, give it a like, watch for a few minutes, go to the next show, give it a like. You might have to do that, you know, and comment and stuff, you know. Okay, guys, that was almost like a words of wisdom that actually made it. Without getting, somehow we always have this technical glitch. I don't know what it is with my words of wisdom. I thought they were going through. I got a secret message from someone who told me that they're not hearing the words of wisdom. I don't know if that's on their end or on my end. It could be on their end. It's probably on their end. But just real quick before I go, let me just say thanks. Most of you might be gone already, but just say quick thanks to everyone who helped make the goal today and helped support the show. WW with a $1.11 super chat. Thank you so much, WW. Yippee. Anthony Ruminiak, a $5 super chat. Yippee to Anthony. Laura Lee, a $2 super chat. Yippee to Laura Lee. Rosanna, I don't think I said Roxanne, but Rosanna with a $4.99 super chat. Yippee to Rosanna. And then Rosanna came in again with another $4.99 super chat. Yippee. Who said, let's fucking go. Yeah, let's do it. And with the beautiful hearts there. And then WW closed us out with a $7.77 super chat. Yippee. And we made the goal. So you guys are awesome. Thanks so much for making that goal and helping support the show and keep us going. Thanks to everyone who was here, everyone watching, everyone who gave us a thumbs up today. Thank you so much. Be on the lookout. I might, if I'm still here and I'm not going to work, I might I might pop in for a little bit in the afternoon. But if not, for sure tomorrow, 11 a.m. Pacific time, right here on YouTube. I don't know if I'll be able to multi-stream to Facebook or Twitch, but for sure right here on YouTube. See you guys then. You guys are awesome. But now I think we have all the glitches worked out, all the audio issues worked out. Get your pen, get your paper for today's words of wisdom, because these are really good words of wisdom, and you're going to want to write it down. Okay, you guys ready? Here we go. So today's words of wisdom goes like this.
Well, it's time to say goodbye. The show has come to an end. But don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. We'll have some fun times, hopefully nothing too bad. We might talk about war crimes, might talk about Baghdad. I doubt we'll talk about door chimes, but if we did, I'd be only too glad. So hasta la vista, baby. The show is over, but could I ask you maybe to take a shower? No, that's not what I meant, but I couldn't think of anything to rhyme with over. Now my whole rhyming scheme is all screwed up. Oh shit, I should have stuck to truck driving, who I tried to kid. At least when I was out there driving, I could handle a skid, but doing this live stream, baby, has been a real kid. So I hope to see y'all again right here on the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna do it again and again, right here in the Trucker John live stream. Yeah, the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna come back and do it all again. No, this ain't no dream. This is where we win, right here on the Trucker John live stream. No, it's time to say goodbye. The show is coming in. Don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. Trucker John, on the road he rides, live streaming all through the nights. From politics to pop culture he speaks. No topic is off limits, nothing is weak. From Vegas to the highways, he'll never tire, shouting about food, talking about desire. He's the rebel of the asphalt, the king of the night. With a microphone in his hand, he's ready to ignite. Freedom is his fuel, passion in his soul. Gotta express himself, gotta take control. Moving through the country, keeping it real, no filter, no holding back, nothing to conceal. Rolling down the highway in my rusty old rig. I'm a retired trucker, but my spirit's still big. Living in Vegas, where the lights never sleep. Broadcasting my thoughts for the world to keep. From politics to